My design outcome realization began with some experimentation. My original idea involved the use of air dry clay, however, I wasn't able to get my hands on the material, which forced me to find some effective alternatives. I first experimented with M-Seal as it was the closest material to air dry clay, but it was so heavy that the seed pods became flat as they dried. Then I experimented with wax and cloth. I created a mold using Play Doh and then tried to mold the cloth around it after dipping it in wax. But the wax was so hot that it melted the clay. Following this, I decided to try plaster of Paris. I once again used Play Doh to create a mold and filled it in with POP. I then used a thin coating to make sure that it stayed hollow on the inside. However, I quickly realized that POP is too fragile and won't be able to sustain its shape after being poked with wires. So that was my third failure. I then dipped a piece of cotton cloth in POP and wrapped it around the mold. This was sturdy, but it did not capture the texture of the seed pods. I then combined the last two experiments. I added a thin coating of POP on the inside of the mold and then added some fabric, but the fabric did not stick well to the POP. At this point, I was getting slightly agitated due to the constant failures, but after taking a break and collecting my thoughts, I felt motivated to work again. I also experimented with paper and glue and used a balloon for shape, but it didn't work out. Lastly, I created a wireframe and coated it with paper and glue. This was the closest to the seed pod I was looking for. It had a translucent look that I really enjoyed, and it was sturdy enough to sustain being poked with wires while also being light. Thus, I decided to carry this experiment forward. Following this, I began the long process of making my final form. I started by making the wireframes. This was a very long and exhausting process. I kept myself motivated by keeping small goals and treated myself with a walk after every 10 frames. Music also helped in cancelling some of the burden. I then coated this with tissue. I used tissue since the white color suited my theme. Unfortunately, I ran out of glue sticks and had to resort to using Fevicol, which made the process slightly longer and a bit messy, but it all worked out fine in the end. Then I coated this with a glue and water mixture. At this point, I started feeling a bit excited as I could see my form coming to life. I had to be careful so I did not tear the tissue with the brush. We also had a little visitor who wanted to help. Next, I created the sprouting seed pods to represent nourishment, and I used gold wires for the filaments. While they were drying, I made my shadow box. I started with my cutout, which was a silhouette made with roots that was choking on the panicle, inspired by a few works that I saw in the Museum of Slavery. I then added three layers of net on both of my embroidery hoops. I added the cutout inside and used black paper strip to attach them together and create a cylinder, which was much more difficult than I had anticipated, as I was not able to align the two hoops together, but it all worked out fine in the end. I then used a piece of Velcro to attach a black paper on one side to prevent the penetration of light. This would be detached at the time of presentation. I then worked on the dark side of the panicle. Ideally, I would have used a black thread and weaved it inside the pod, but the tissue paper could not sustain the tug of a thread, and thus I decided to use burnt plastic mesh with pieces of wire knotted across to symbolize pain and the idea of being trapped. I then inserted these inside my dried pods. It was now time to assemble my final form. I used a thicker wire and wrapped my seed pods around it. I was also conscious of how the gravity would affect the panicles when they were hanging and tried to incorporate that in my form for a more organic look. I used a polymer-based adhesive to attach the panicle to the shadow box. Though this was a very time-consuming and extremely nerve-wracking process, it went about smoothly without any difficulties. However, the task was not yet over. I had to hang my structure. I used a chart paper to create a plain background and then hammered some nails in the wall. I then used some tan colored threads and hanged it. This was extremely tiring and time consuming, and I had to attach more threads than I had imagined in order to make it stable, but in the end, it all paid off.